Hey everybody, well, spring is here. I don't know, it's still February. We're towards the end of it, but I'll tell you what, it's been the warmest February we've ever had. 40s, 50s, yesterday it was 70. It's in the 60s now, and long range up until maybe almost first part of March or mid-March, 50s, 60s. I'll take that any day of the week. All right, what we're gonna do, it's time to get ready. By the time you see this, we could be a week from the first lamb. If they're on time, if they're late, it could be, it could be up to 2 weeks or something like that. But either way, it's time to bring them in. I've been letting the ewes, they're out here in the pasture. The rams are out here on the pasture. I am about to make a change. Last fall, I put the corral panels in. I want to be able to use this for the rams. But you can't have the rams right across the fence from the ewes, so I put in this fence. Now, yesterday I came out, it was nice, and I put hog wire on here because my idea, what we'll do is, there will be time the rams will be here. If the rams are here, obviously the ewes can't be here. They'll have to be in some of the other pastures. But there's times when I can take the rams and lock them way on the far side. And when I do that, I can always open the gate and let the ewes in here for a day or two to eat this off. And that's why we put in the hog wire, because they're going to have lambs with them at that time, so I don't want them crawling through the fence. So we're getting ready to change that so I can put the rams. And the only reason I'm doing that is it's time to bring the ewes in. I want to bring them in out here. I can't see them as well inside, and we're going to make some changes on the fences here. We'll show you that as we're doing it. Why I'm changing them around, I make the changes. I got cameras on everybody. I can see everybody with the cameras, and day or night, I can keep an eye on them. So what we're going to do, we're going to get ready for lambing. I don't know if they're ready for lambing, but we're going to get them ready. We're going to bring them in. We're going to put them in. We're going to move some fences around, and we're going to put in some lambing pins. And everybody calls them jugs. I have no idea why they're called jugs. Anyway, I call them lambing pins. So, all right, girls. Easy now, don't get in a hurry. Yeah, we don't need to run. Got babies in there, so we don't need to get too energetic here. We just need to slowly work towards. Now, Dub kind of looks a little, one side of her, she's got a big lump on one side. One side of her bag does not work. But the other side is starting to come down a little. She should be one of the first ones. I think by what we saw in breeding, she could be one of the first. So she might be starting to bag just a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. All right, got them in. Let me change all these gates around, lock them up, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, normally the gals get the whole pin here, both sides. What we're going to do is we're going to start restricting them down a little bit tighter. I want to make it easier to get them inside, and I'm also going to be at the point now, I'm not going to go back and start leaving the door open so they can go inside. So let me hang you on the fence, and I'll start the first changes, what we're going to do. Hang on. There you go. Right in the sun, didn't I? Put you right in the sun. Sorry about that. No, don't go this way. Well, you can. It won't make any difference. Kind of a tight fit, but when I designed this, it's designed, my pin broke off, I'll have to put something in there. It's designed there, but it does the same thing at this end. So technically this gate swings back that way, or I can hinge it here and go the other way, especially when I bring rams across. So That's why I like to use corral panels. This one really doesn't have one side it hinges on either side. All right, the girls are gonna stay here. If you notice the hay feeder, I was feeding them under cover here. What I've done there, turn you around so you're not facing the sun. I put a new bale way back under for the rams. That bale finally was done. So I put a new round bale. There's a round bale in the shed yet. And I have about 2/3 of a round bale inside here. So what I'm doing is I'm not using that round bale anymore. I'm saving that. That round bale will now be used to feed ewes with lambs when I have them locked in. So now I'm taking the middle round bale and I'm feeding in the hay feeder, I'm feeding them over here. So I'm using off these 2 round bales for now. The one in that middle is almost done. When it does, I've got another one in there yet and a grass. I'll put a new round in there. And those 2 round bales will feed ewes, rams, all the way till everybody goes on pasture. And this round bale in here will be saved for ewes and lambs when we've got them locked in. All right, let's go around through the barn because then we're going to make some more changes on our fences out here too. All right, I had to get rid of the coat. So we're going to leave them over in that pen there. So what I'm going to do is grab this one. All right, now I'm going to hang you up over here while I do something else, okay? And we're going to close this opening off. Hang on just a second. I'm going to make a change for you. Get you on the other side so I didn't have to crawl over the fence later to come back and get you. My idea is to make it as simple as possible to get the ewes in the barn, especially if one of them has lambs out here and I didn't see it happen. All right, you probably didn't waste time watching me wire all that stuff up. So, what have we done? I've moved all the ewes. The girls are on this side now. They got their hay feeders, so I'll have their hay to feed them. And now they can come through. They got all the inside. I've blocked all that off. So now they can come in here to the catch pen area. Nice part is I can get them in, close the door. We may take as we go here. For now, leave them like this. And then once we get going a ways, we might just run them up here in the evening, close the door, and they have this big 10-foot by 40-foot area. And I can let them run loose in here. We'll have cameras everywhere. And in the morning, open door, let them back out again. That's kind of the game plan. Let's go inside and see what we're going to do about lambing pens. All right, now we come down for lambing pens. And I was fortunate. My daughter had these. I've mentioned it before. Ordered these. Ended up ordering more than she needed, I guess. Or she was using more. Now she doesn't use as many. So she had these around. They were just sitting behind the barn. She says, Dad, you might as well use them. They're just sitting around anyway. So I have enough here to make 4 lambing pens. 4 jugs. Whatever you want to call them. All right. So I'm going to hang you up over here. Now, I should say too, I got a chain link panel there. I've got a couple in behind. I've got another, I think right around the corner. Left one there. I got 4 or 5 around the corner. I will build 4 lambing pens here. All right. And let me come over here quick. Turn on a light. And here, out in the catch pen area, I have enough. It's about not quite 10 feet wide, almost. I have the ability to set those 6x6 chain links. I can make probably 3 more lambing pens if I want, and then still have over 20 feet long area left. So if I need them, I can make more lambing pens out here. Right now, I'm not planning, well, plus I say not planning. I am planning if I need them, they're there. I'm thinking 4 will get the job done, all right? All right, let me put you over here. I'll show you how I'm doing this. Get you straightened out so you can see something, huh? All right, there we go. My floor is not even. It's not concrete, it's dirt, so I got a 2x4. I left this one attached. And let's see, I gotta do this one. There was a time I thought I might put the gates over here, put something else there, and I could work against the wall, but I thought, you know what, they're not that wild and crazy, so we'll do it this way. Because these things are kind of heavy. You don't want to have to move them any more than you have to. They make, when you buy these, they make special pins that go down in them, and basically the pins are just PVC. I find it's just about as easy to just use their conduit, metal conduit. I find it's just about as easy to do that. Now we're 6 foot out from the wall. These are, each one is 10 foot, so when I cut them in half, they're going to be 6 by 5 is the size we're going to have. I have short panels I made. I made this one just out of a piece of goat and sheep panel, 16-foot panel. I cut one short 6 foot. I'll put it in between. And I have another regular blue one here. This one's 6 foot. It'll go in between. And then I'm going to use the 2 of these that I have left. And in one case, I saved the one with the door, because my thought is this one will go here, tie it in, and now with the door, I can actually move back and forth stuff through here if I have to. Make it a little bit easier than having to take them all the way around. And the last one will go on the end, because when I'm bringing them in, I'm bringing them from there. So there's my lambing pens. You notice the part of a round bale in the corner that was left from last spring. When I was feeding grass, I saved that much of that one. And over in my tractor shed, I have another partial just like that I saved. So I'm saving those 2. While I do have enough bedding bought, I got some more outside. I may bed some with the grass hay just for the simple fact they can eat it. It works for bedding and they eat it both. And years and years ago when we did horses, fold out mares in stalls, we used grass hay for bedding instead of straw because they ate of it, they ate some of it, and the more they ate, the less you have to scoop out later. So, and here I mentioned the round bale, that's the one I have left. I'm not feeding on that one anymore. That one will feed ewes, lambs, all the way through till we're done lambing. And if there's some of it left when we're done lambing, then I'll just start feeding off that just to get rid of it. That way, come summer, we'll be ready to bring new bales in, set a new bale in there. So that's about it. That's got me covered. First lamb date, I think, is March 8th. We'll have to see if they're going to be accurate. I went back the last few years. Nobody has lambed on day 1. Not a one. Haven't had anybody lamb that early. They've all lambed a few days late. So we may be 10th or 12th of March, but you got to be ready. So I'll go ahead and put my dividers in, have them set up, and I'll throw some bedding down in. I'll get the round bale out of the way. And I think we'll be set. We'll be ready. And now let's just wait. So we'll be back in a couple weeks. unless we have lambs before then. If we get lambs before, I'll be back sooner. Otherwise, we'll catch you in a couple weeks.